the Dallas Cowboys, they target who? Who's their favorite? Their top of their wish list?
I hate to say I have no idea, Rich, because it's kind of my job to have an idea.
Right.
I don't know what the Cowboys are ultimately going to do. And I don't know that as recently as Monday morning, Jerry Jones believed that he'd be going headfirst into a coaching search without optionality with Mike McCarthy. I mean, we've talked quite a bit about what happened with Mike McCarthy in recent days. The short version of it is that Jerry Jones was not willing to make a commitment. All the conversations, they met for 3 days straight. I mean, hours upon hours, some of it with other people in the room. Sometimes it was just Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy. And in those conversations, from my understanding, there was never a sense that Mike McCarthy was not going to be back as the Dallas Cowboys head coach. But Mike McCarthy wanted certain things to, be committed to here. Namely, a type of contract that would not just give him, some level of security, but it's about his staff and it's about the families involved. And Jerry just wasn't willing to make a commitment, much less a long-term commitment that would have made Mike feel good about putting himself and his assistants and their families and everybody else involved through the same type of stuff they were last year when, by Mike McCarthy's own admission at his end-of-season press conference, there was a lot of stress on the families. When everybody's on a one-year deal and every loss feels like this might be the end of the line, that's really, really hard on people. So it came to a point by Monday morning that, it just appeared nothing was going to get done. And so Mike McCarthy at that point, wanted to focus on other opportunities. Jerry Jones obviously wasn't willing to make a commitment. And they kind of started from go here, figuring out, okay, what's coming next? And I don't mean to not, give Jerry credit. I'm sure he's thought through different things in different scenarios. I don't really get the sense that Deion Sanders is going to be the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Certainly those two have a relationship. I think there were a lot of reasons by Monday night that both sides would want that out there, that Deion's a possibility, because Deion's been in contract talks for weeks with the University of Colorado. And Jerry, I'm sure, was more than happy for people to be talking about Deion Sanders and not keep talking about what in the world happened with Mike McCarthy. There have been some other, possibilities discussed. They've got Kellen Moore that they're doing a Zoom with today. He's got history in the building as a player and as a coach, somebody that they know really well. He was ready to move on a couple of years ago and now has experienced different things with the Chargers and the Eagles. I can't rule that out as a possibility. They've also got Robert Saleh coming in. I believe that interview is tomorrow. They've got Leslie Frazier coming in on Monday. And even Leslie Frazier, I don't think is a totally wild idea if the idea is we've got a team that can win now, but we also want to have a plan going into the future. In other words, if there's somebody else that you think is not quite ready, but that you want on staff, having somebody who can just solidify the building for a couple of years, whether that's Leslie, whether that's a Bill Belichick, whether that's a Pete Carroll, whatever it might be. Mike Zimmer's the defensive coordinator. Could Zim be a guy? He's won a ton of games in the league, and then also kind of use that as the bridge with a team you think can win right now instead of going through growing pains with a young head coach. All these options are on the table. What I would tell you is I don't get the sense we're going to wake up on Tuesday morning, Monday morning, and Kellen Moore is going to be the head coach of the Cowboys. I think this is going to be a little bit of a slow burn. I think that Jerry is going to look down a variety of paths here. He's got to come out of this with a win for him and for the organization, and that might take a little bit of time.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.